Welcome to the Atomic KAS. I am your host, Kombat AllStar, and today we're going to be talking about Martian Manhunter. That's right, the man, the myth, the legend, the green bean fighting machine, Martian Manhunter has come to the scene. And it's going to be awesome, because the first episode of the Atomic KAS actually talked about Martian Manhunter, and it was a little awkward, a little weird. It was my first Atomic KAS, so sue me. But it was a good time. Now I gotta admit, I was not really into the Martian Manhunter comic like I wanted it to be. Martian Manhunter is one of my all-time favorites aside from, The Flash. After The Flash, closely followed Martian Manhunter. So when they announced that they were doing a new 52 Martian Manhunter, I was super stoked. And now here we are 8 months later, 8 issues in, and it's still awesome. So I'm going to be talking about issue 8 in particular, and just so you guys don't get lost, I'll go ahead and start from the beginning. So, brief summary. So basically, Martian Manhunter, we all know who he is, we all know his backstory. In the New 52 reboot, we find out that all of everything, his family, Mars dying, everything that happened was all implanted memories, and he's actually a weapon sent to Earth to destroy it. Much like Goku in Dragon Ball Z, he came to Earth as a baby to destroy Earth. But same thing with this. So we know from the comics that a long time ago there was some sort of curse, a Martian curse they mentioned in the comics, that actually made it so there's only one living planet in the universe. And so they ended up dying, and then Earth became a living planet. So the Martians devised this weapon to go to Earth, destroy it, and then Mars can live again. That's basically the premise. In issue 1, we find out, John Jones finds out he's a weapon, all of his memories are implanted, and he splits himself up into 4 people. He splits himself up into a weird, buggy character named Mr. Biscuits, an FBI agent who's actually pretty cool for the White House. Then you got this assassin type chick, and then you have this old man that kind of wears a cloth like a little kid, you know what I mean, like a blanket or something around his neck as a cape. And they don't know that they're really Martian Manhunter. So we get all the way up into issue 7, and finally they all merge, and they, more or less all merge and become the Martian Manhunter we all know and love, John Jones. So that takes place. It's pretty awesome. That's when the comic really, that's when it gets really good. That's when you can sink your teeth into it and it becomes awesome. And it's a wild ride. Issue 7 was amazing. Issue 8 came out. Like I said, it's the latest issue of the Martian Manhunter series. And they just pretty much go in, they lay down the foundation, they explain what's been going on. And it's an awesome story. Now, in the beginning of this show, I said I wasn't really into the story because there was the Martian Manhunter. I wanted to pick up Martian Manhunter to read about Martian Manhunter. And I'm reading about these 4 personalities. I don't know they're Martian Manhunter yet. So you as a reader don't know that they're Martian Manhunter yet. So for Mr. Biscuits, he's kind of obvious, but I digress. I read the comic for Martian Manhunter. I didn't get the comic. I didn't get Martian Manhunter, and now I'm finally getting him, and it's awesome. Getting to know what kind of a person he is, what kind of the whole lore and history of Mars and the Martians and how they came to be, and what they're trying to, that you find that there's a lot of innocent Martians, and they're like, please, John, save us. You're a weapon to create. You are a weapon for Mars to be our hero. And he's kind of conflicted. And in issue 8, at the end, you find out that Mars and Earth are kind of merging together. Not merging together, but kind of colliding. They're kind of taking up the same space at once. And eventually one is going to die. And John Jones has to make a decision which planet he wants to save. Does he save his adopted planet Earth? Or does he save his homeland Mars? And it's really heartbreaking. It's really touching. You have the Martians begging for help and wanting to be saved. The humans you don't see too much of because they're on Mars. But it's epic. It's an epic ride. It's an epic read. And hats off to the writers of this comic. You guys did a great job. Like I said, wasn't very strong in the beginning. It was a good hook with the teaser. They did a sneak peek of the Martian Manhunter series. Made me really want to pick it up. And then now they're finally actually picking it up, and it's doing good. So hats off to you guys. It was a slow burn. 8 months is a long time. Slow burn. Or 7 months, I should say. Slow burn, but it's still good. It's still a good read. I recommend it to anybody out there. I know Martian Manhunter is getting a lot more love now. He's in the Supergirl TV series, which I have to watch. I watched the first episode, decided I didn't like it, and didn't watch anymore. but Martian Manhunter is in it, so I gotta support the show. So I got a bunch of them all recorded. I gotta go back and watch them all and see what they do with him and how they're playing him and you know what his role is. So don't tell me in the comments. Don't tell me. I want to find out for myself. So what do you guys think? Have I piqued your interest for Martian Manhunter New 52? Have you been reading the comic and you kind of agree with me or you don't disagree with me? Like I always say, I always want to know your comments and your likes and suggestions and all that good stuff. And I will put the history of Martian Manhunter down below in the description by the awesome Eric Quinones of Variants. He's just amazing. He does a great job going back, doing his research, digging, and finding history on all these superheroes. So I love the guy's channel. Gotta give him a shout out. I'm gonna put his link in the description for the Martian Manhunter history of. And until next time, but before we end, gotta thank you all again for joining me in the podcast. Not the podcast, jeez. Live stream. Me and Random Girl did a live stream on every Sunday, of course. Last one was BioShock Infinite. Game was a little racy, but hey, I'm glad so many of you guys showed up. Had a good time talking with you guys. I know Random Girl was on the side. She wasn't talking much on the headphones, but she was typing to you guys in the chat. So really appreciate it. I do have that up in Twitch in the highlights section. So go check that out. I'll be posting on Twitter a bunch of times this week to make sure that you guys go and check it out and see it. And hopefully join us live next time. So, like I said, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, read the Martian Manhunter comic. Hats off to the illustrators, to the writers. Everybody's working their butt off in DC Comics and it's showing. This issue is amazing. Go check it out. The series is awesome. Slow burn, so stick with it, but it's awesome. And until next time, y'all, so